Hello and welcome, or welcome back. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Georgie from Healing Moons, and today we're going to be looking at pagan gods and goddesses. A while back I was contacted and asked if I could do an episode on pagan gods, or gods in general, and it made me realise that a lot of society, Western society now, it's still very masculine based. So I thought I'd do an introduction, which is what this episode is going to be, and then we will do one more specifically on goddesses and one on gods. So in the pagan culture, it's very much about there being balance. So we don't just have masculine gods, we also have divine feminine and female goddesses as well. And there is, it's like there's a counterpart for each. So we don't have one main god or deity. For I don't personally. Some of the pagan paths and traditions do, and they believe in one creator. Now this is something that has never sat quite right with me until I could stop and think of it as a universal energy rather than one entity, because my own personal beliefs are that we are all connected and we are all part of the same. So we are all part of the universe. We are all connected on a very basic level because we're all made of the same stuff. When you look at an atomic level and you look at the elements and things that we consist of, our bodies consist of, are the same as each other and animals, plants, the planet and stars themselves. We're all made of the same stuff. So it's a very interconnected kind of way of looking at things. And as I said previously, it's very much about there being balance, because we all hold masculine and feminine energies, whether they be what's considered divine masculine and divine feminine, which is the healthy, whole and healed version of those energies, or we can also be in the wounded masculine or wounded feminine, and we contain all of those within us. There are going to be parts that are wounded, whether they be masculine or feminine, and there are going to be parts that are whole and healed, that are masculine or feminine, and they are the divine aspects because they are whole and complete. So, and it's the same theme when looking at the gods and goddesses within the pagan religion, whether they are masculine or feminine, which is why we have a lord and lady in some of the traditions. So depending on which sect you follow and believe in, there are going to be slightly different, because there are Norse gods and you've also got the Greek gods as well, and they all kind of play a role, because paganism is such an umbrella term, and this isn't about one being better than the other, whether it be whether you are drawn to Egyptian gods and goddesses, or Greek, or Celtic, or in any of those that you can think of. When you're working with a deity or a god or goddess, it's about your own personal choice. It's very individual to each person, so there is no right or wrong answer to who it is that you work with, whether they be a masculine or feminine. It's all down to your own personal choice. I'd also like to note that if when you are choosing your deity or god or goddess to work with, you don't have to use the same one every time. You can pick and choose who it is that you want to work with depending on what it is that you are working on or manifesting and bringing in. So, and also when you're choosing, you may find that there is a particular time or place that it is that you are drawn to when you are choosing who to work with, what deities to work with. So for example, if you were drawn to Egyptian gods and goddesses, it could be that there is a link there that you are tapping into and connecting with, whether it be that you've spent a past life there and it holds some kind of significance to you. So it's important to do your research and follow your intuition and gut instinct on the types of gods, goddesses and deities that you want to work with. For some of you that are watching, you may associate with being a starseed, and for those of you who don't know what that is, it's when you have come from a different dimension or galaxy to then come through, and you use gateways. The most popular one that I can think of off the top of my head is the Syrian gateway, and that's acts like a portal that then comes through into this galaxy, and it would have been how you travelled here to arrive at this planet to spend this lifetime here. So there's other aspects that can be brought in as well, and it may be that you find that you are drawn to gods and goddesses and deities that are to do with other galaxies and dimensions. So for example, some people associate as a Lemurian starseed, or it may be Atlantis. So there are going to be other aspects coming into play as well when you're choosing. So it's just something that I wanted to touch upon. So I'm going to leave this here for today, and I will do the respective one separately, one on goddesses and one on gods. Obviously, practice discernment and take what resonates from this and leave the rest, because we're all such individuals that some of this is going to resonate and some of it won't. This is just from my own personal understanding and beliefs. So, and we're all unique individuals. Obviously, when you're picking your gods and goddesses, then practice discernment there as well and choose what is right for you. And once again, because we're so unique. But if you stayed to the end, thank you ever so much for joining me, and I appreciate you being here and being part of the community. If you've enjoyed this episode, please give me a thumbs up and feel free to comment in the box below. And if you're new to the channel, then feel free to subscribe and you'll be notified of when my next video goes up. And until then, love and light, take care. Bye.